And developing news in Orange County, a jury is deliberating in the wrongful death trial of Tyler Skaggs. They must decide if the Angels organization is responsible for the pitcher's overdose death. NBC4's Hetty Chang has been covering the trial. She's live outside the Central Justice Center in Santa Ana. Hetty, where does the jury stand right now?
Well, Annabelle, it really is anyone's guess right now exactly what's happening upstairs in that jury deliberation room. But I did just get a copy of this. It's a special jury verdict form. It is 10 pages long, a total of 26 questions that the jury must answer in order to come up with a verdict. 2 months and more than 40 witnesses later, a jury in the wrongful death civil trial of Tyler Skaggs now has the case. Jurors will decide whether Angels baseball should be held accountable for the late Angel pitcher's overdose death in a Texas hotel room in 2019. The jury will make that decision by going down this list of more than 24 questions, including whether the Angels knew or should have known that Eric Kay, their former director of communications, was a drug addict and supplier to several players, including Skaggs, as the Skaggs family alleges. Question 2 asks, was Eric Kay's negligence a substantial factor in Skaggs' death? Question 11 reads, did Angels baseball know that Eric Kay became unfit or incompetent? Also, jurors must determine, was Angels baseball's negligence in supervising and retaining Kay a substantial factor in Skaggs' death? Legal analyst Royal Oaks is watching the trial closely.
This jury has a tough job. On the one hand, most folks hear about a situation like this and say, well, nobody held a gun to the player and forced him to take drugs. On the other hand, there's evidence the jury could believe that the Angels were reckless in ignoring the chance that their employee was supplying drugs to players.
If the jury decides in favor of the Skaggs family, they will also have to determine how much the Angels should pay Skaggs' widow, Carly, and his parents. Skaggs' family attorneys are seeking more than $200 million. His potential future earnings and pain and suffering are all factors in what that amount should be.
And you can't really quantify things like pain, suffering, and loss of companionship, but you have to, because the judge explains to the jury there's no way we can compensate the families except in terms of dollars that you decide the amount of.
Now, the Angels baseball organization has said all along that they were not aware of the illicit drug activity of Eric Kay and Tyler Skaggs. And if it was happening, they say that it was happening beyond the scope of their employment with the Angels. We will let you know as soon as the jury comes back with the verdict. We're live in Santa Ana. Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.